President Kiir instructs officials to perform beyond personal gain for social well-being of the citizens. Government launches ICT hub in Jonglei State to boosting digital services in the region. And South Sudan showcases its mineral and oil potential at Abu Dhabi Petroleum Exhibition and Conference. Hello, good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to SSBC. I am Mathiang Joseph. We begin our news for this afternoon with major directives from the State House, where President Salva Kiir has instructed government officials to perform above personal interests and re-energize citizens through the delivery of essential services in the country. President says these can only be achieved when peace and stability are maintained in the country. The head of the state made these directives during the swearing-in ceremony of the newly appointed officials. SSBC's Priska Call reports.
In a strong message emphasizing peace, development and good governance, President Salva Kiir Mayardit has directed the newly appointed officials to put the interest of the people first and work together for the stability and progress of South Sudan. Those sworn in include Galwak Maneme as Advisor on National Security Affairs, Africano Mande Gadima as Minister of Presidential Affairs, Dr. Bag Barnaba Chol as Minister of Finance and Planning, and Athian Akej Onga as Head of Legal Department. The President said his administration is determined to ensure peace, security and economic recovery across the nation.
I congratulate you all for your appointment, and I want you to prioritize development and good governance. My presidential advisor for national security, you must work together with security organs and address insecurity across the country. You are not new to this position, and I want you to start immediately. Minister of Presidential Affairs, I want you to cooperate with your fellow ministers and develop solutions to our political and economic challenges.
Senior government officials attending the ceremony also called on the new appointees to work diligently and uphold professionalism in their respective offices, saying their roles are critical in steering government operations effectively.
I'm confident that you will deliver and you will be in a position to deliver to the people of South Sudan according to the expectations of His Excellency the President. This is a big assignment. We expect you to deliver within the competencies according to you.
As you are aware that the country is facing a lot of challenges, and this is the time now for such a people to come up and do something. And the ball is now in your court.
We have been talking about the gold bars. We are talking about economic crisis. When you have gold, why can you make these bars? I've been talking about it. So that put in the central bank. This crisis we're having today could not be there.
نيابة الناس بتاع الغرب الاستوائية نحن سعيدين كل سعادة فضيلة الرئيس، ونحن بالقدر الثقة اللي انت وفرت في ابن هذه الولاية، ناس الولاية كلهم موفرين فيه أكثر الثقة، وهم مطمئنين كل الاطمئنان أن وجوده بجنبك سوف يكون هناك خير في إدارة رئاسة الجمهورية بدءا من الآن لمستقبل البلاد.
And I believe if we put our hearts, our minds together, we can be able to really turn this into an opportunity to thrive, but also make sure that we change the lives and livelihoods of the people of South Sudan.
President Kiir reiterated his government's commitment to strengthening state institutions, promoting national unity, and addressing the economic challenges facing the country. He emphasized teamwork among government organs as key to achieving sustainable development and improving the lives of the people. Priska Call.
Tributes continue to pour in from across the country for the late veteran journalist turned politician Bona Malual Madut, whose funeral prayers are being held at his residence in Juba. The Vice President for the Infrastructure Cluster, Taban Dengai, has described the late Bona Malual as a man of people during his visit to the family to mourn with them. Guy encourages the family to keep the legacy of the late leader alive. noting that this nation has lost a great and distinguished statesman.
Bona في حاجة قريب عنه وممكن يكون طلع عايش عمره لكن هو زول شاب في دمه في علاقاته في زمن لما كنت نائب أول بقيت نائب رئيس جمهورية تعلمت إنه كتير هو مع صديقه فرنسا ما جدا لما يقعدوا معي في مكتبي نشرب الشاي they used to lecture me.
Hundreds of people have gathered for a Thanksgiving ceremony organized to appreciate President Salva Kiir for reappointing Tut Galwak as his security advisor. Addressing his supporters, Galwak expresses commitment to stabilizing the national security as he discharges his national duties. SSBC's Gore Anthony reports.
Chanting songs and dances of joy, peace, unity, as inhabitants from the 5 sections of Nuer community, including government officials, army generals, traditional chiefs, intellectuals, members of the SPLM, who hail from all walks of life, converge with a single voice to applaud and commend the country's leadership for the trust bestowed upon Tut Galwak Manime, who was reassigned by the President Salva Kiir Mayardit to hold the docket of fostering security stability in the country.
نحن دايرين ندول رئيس الجمهورية رئيس بتاع حركة شعبية دايرين نقول له كومريد سلفا كير مايردت ده الحكمة بتاعك اللي نحن معتادين له في جنوب السودان ده قرارات بتاعك واحد من القرارات المهمة اللي بيوحدنا ان احنا جنوبيين في جنوب السودان.
The newly appointed Presidential Advisor on National Security Affairs, Tut Galwak, reaffirmed his dedication and commitment to double his effort in doing more than before by executing the task he is assigned by President Salva Kiir Mayardit.
نياباركم نشكر سيد رئيس الجمهورية رئيس الحكومة mayardit الذين أدانا الأمانة وكلمنا مرة ثانية ونكون مشاركة على الأمر وإن شاء الله نأمن الأمان ونكون مسؤول الأمان بتاعنا ونحافظ على أرواح المواطنين.
Now, turning your attention to the country's education situation, education authorities in cooperation with the Global Partnership for Education (GPA) have assessed educational projects in Jonglei State. The Minister of General Education, Dr. Koyok Abul Koyok, commended the partners for their continuous educational support. SSBC's Edith Stephen reports from Bona.
A high-level delegation headed by the Minister of General Education and Instructions touched down at Bor airstrip early in the morning of Tuesday and proceeded to meet the state authority at the State General Secretariat to get first-hand briefing from the state leadership.
The mission is basically to come and see some of the progress that has been done through the support we have been receiving from the GPE. GPE has been a strategic partner for education in this country for almost 10 years.
The governor of Jonglei State, Dr. Yak Kok, appreciated the visiting team from the GPE, saying the state is committed to fully implement the project to realize the government vision of providing education for all in the country.
This thing did not come by accident. He is implementing the clear policy of His Excellency the President, Salva Kiir Mayardit, who directed the National Minister for Education that education is compulsory in South Sudan. And we have assured him that we will work closely with him and with our partners to make sure that that policy of the President is implemented.
The team leader for the Global Partnership for Education, Mr. Motem Sixgard, expressed his satisfaction for the progress of the projects, as he said the results would help their office to increase support for education funding.
It's been encouraging to hear the commitment from the governor and his cabinet to ensure that every child in Jonglei gets the opportunity to access education, and not just access education but also learn something in the schools.
On behalf of the implementing partners, UNICEF Education representative for South Sudan, Noala Skinner, said the program is not only based on funding but also focuses on community engagement in supporting universal education activities at any local setting.
We've also talked about the importance of community engagement and bringing education right to the child. So I'm very much looking forward to being a key partner in this, in the rollout of this partnership. It's an ambitious program, it's an exciting project, but with its really successful implementation, I think it will make a transformative difference to education in South Sudan.
The Global Partnership for Education, GPE, was established in 2002 by a wealth of donors, international organizations and private sector to mobilize resources to fund education in developing countries across the globe. Eddie Stephen, SSBC News.
Cruising over to the Qatari capital Doha, where a government delegation led by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mande Semaya Kumba, is participating in the opening of plenary session and roundtable discussions of the Second World Summit for Social Development. The Emir of the State of Qatar, His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Ahmad Al Thani, together with the several heads of a state and high-level government delegation, officially opened the summit on Wednesday. Foreign Affairs Minister Kumba reiterated the country's commitment to strengthening bilateral relations and deepening cooperation with Doha.
It is my great honor, together with my accompanying delegation, to be here to participate in this Second World Summit for Development, which is taking place here in the beautiful city of Doha. I would like to take this opportunity, as I'm here representing His Excellency General Salva Kiir Mayardit, the President of the Republic of South Sudan, to extend sincere words of thanks and appreciation to our host, the government, and the people of the state of Qatar for the hospitality, the invitation accorded to me and my delegation. This summit is very important, and I do believe that South Sudan is a new country. The outcomes of this summit will be for the best benefit of our global responsibilities and also for the best benefit of our relations with the state of Qatar. Again, I also wanted to reiterate our commitment towards the Sustainable Development Goals, which I believe that with the deliberations that is taking place in this important summit, will be able to strengthen our commitments towards the Sustainable Development Goals. And in conclusion, I also want to thank the government of the state of Qatar, and I would like to reiterate our commitment as a government and people of South Sudan that
Juba and Nairobi have stepped a preliminary agreement to addressing the challenges hindering transportation and storing cargo containers at the transit points of the two countries. This comes during a meeting between the Minister of Transport and his Kenyan counterpart in Nairobi. More in Martin Justin's report.
The new Minister of Transport, Rizk Zakaria Hassan, is busily engaged with his Kenyan counterpart in the search for amicable solutions to freight from Mombasa distance to South Sudan. Constraints in free flow of goods from Kenya to South Sudan are hitting small and large-scale national and international businesses hard. Rizk Zakaria Hassan and his Kenyan counterpart, Hassan Ali Joho, have struck an agreement on forming a joint technical working group tasked to draft and develop a memorandum of understanding, develop a satisfactory formula for protecting interests of South Sudan and Kenya.
We've identified basically three. The first one is about the containers deposit fees. That is the first challenge. The second challenge is about the grace period. There are so many technicalities and there are so many loopholes and there are so many unforeseens that the traders have been facing. That's what made us now to come humbly request from my colleague here so that to find solutions of either extending those grace period.
Minister Rizk Zakaria says the meeting is an eye-opener for a number of internal matters and challenges related to South Sudan.
But by the Almighty grace, during the meeting, deliberations and discussions, there are so many realities came to surface, and we have also come to understand that it needs a lot of joint efforts. Some of those issues are back home there, and others will be carved them out through what we have just resolved, that to form a working group, a small technical working group, so that that working group should develop long-term solutions, right paths.
Hassan Ali Joho, Kenyan minister, says Kenya is to accompany and support South Sudan on its journey towards business and economic growth.
First of all, congratulate the minister that he has picked on the issues that, if addressed and dealt with, will create a greater enabling environment for the Southern Sudanese people to continue to grow and thrive in business.
Currently, Kenya is imposing $5,000 United States deposit fee on each container distant to South Sudan. This amount exceeds the price of the container itself. In addition to the deposit fee, Kenya grants a 15 days grace period for customs clearance. Failure to settle the customs clearance expose the goods to public auction. Martin Justin Paul Kose, SSBC, Nairobi, Kenya.
Back to Juba, Information Ministry launches an ICT hub in Jonglei State to empower young people through digital services in the region. Representing Information Minister Michael McWellworth and the Secretaries for Telecommunication Engineer Thomas Gatworth, Nyaka highlighted the importance of this hub in fostering economic and social development in the area. For his part, the State Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, Nyalele John Chwal, cautioned young people against computer misuse.
Honorable Justice Michael McWellworth told me to join Mapulo and the government here to launch that digital hub. It could be called a computer center, but it is more than a computer center. It is something that will bring an economic change and social change to the people.
انتوا كشباب لو ما سلام بالنسبه لكم ذاته انا متاكد التدريب ده هيكون شنو برضه ما راح يكون في مكان بتاعه معناه جاب لكم حاسه ده حاجه يخليكم انتوا شنو لانتباه تنتبهوا لحاجه كويس لنجاحات لكن انتوا من بعدين ما تعملوا ما تتوقفوا على السلام برضه التدريب ده ما راح يكون فيه نجاح بالنسبه لكم.
In addition, I'm very proud to announce that MTN South Sudan has partnered with Coursera, which is an international organization, through the Skills Academy initiative, where we'll be offering free access to globally recognized online courses from leading universities and institutions.
As the Abu Dhabi International Petroleum Exhibition and Conference continues, South Sudan is showcasing its oil and mineral potential to the world. The event offers the platform for the country to showcase or highlight investment opportunities, attract partners, and strengthen its position in the international energy sector. SSBC's Kuj Maker reports.
At the ongoing Abu Dhabi International Petroleum Exhibition and Conference,
South Sudan is taking center stage by presenting its oil industry and other mineral resources to a global audience. According to the Deputy Charge d'Affaires of South Sudan to the United Arab Emirates, Ambassador Nyandeng, the event facilitates high-level networking with energy professionals from around the world, creating opportunities for strategic partnerships and collaborations vital for the growth of South Sudan's energy sector.
As today is the third day, there are a lot of investors that have come to our pavilion, South Sudan pavilion, and they have been asking a lot of questions. They want to partner with South Sudan, and which is a good move, as it is the first time for South Sudan to showcase their exhibition regarding the oil.
The Ministry of Petroleum's technical advisor, Mohamed Milino, noted that the forum enables investors to learn more about South Sudan's oil industry, paving the way for further partnerships as the country continues to seek new investors amidst discussion over the pending Petronas shares.
For us, in our stand here, we have been receiving so many visitors who are interested in different parts of the oil industry. Some are service providers or vendors who are interested in how to get their products or their services into South Sudan. Some are also petroleum exploring companies that are interested to see how to acquire blocks in South Sudan. And we have collected a huge number of contacts of those that will help us when we go back to explore and see how we can get connected with them, investors to come into South Sudan.
The Director General for Exploration and Production at NilePet, Tombe, confirmed that the exhibition is progressing well, with many companies expressing interest in doing business with South Sudan. The Abu Dhabi exhibition not only enhances South Sudan's visibility in the global energy market, but also underscores the country's commitment to expanding its oil production and exploration capacity while strengthening regional and international cooperation.
Some are interested in financing projects in South Sudan. So I think it has been a very good opportunity. After this, we'll have to follow up with them and see those that can be able to come to South Sudan and partner with us.
Still at ADIPEC 2025, that has brought together over 200,000 professionals from 172 countries, offering unparalleled networking opportunities with decision makers, purchasers and influencers. These connections help.
Back to Juba, Central Equatorial State authorities have condemned the abduction of 6 children in Lokilere, Payam, Juba County by anonymous persons at Aru Junction last weekend, in which 2 of these children have been recovered. The condemnation follows a state security committee chaired by Governor Rabbi Mujungi Manual regarding State Minister of Local Government and Law Enforcement Agency. The unfortunate situation.
The Central Equatorial State Security Committee condemned the incident that has happened in Aru Junction on the 2nd of November 2025, where 6 children had been kidnapped, in which later the 2 are recovered, and the 4 up to today are still missing. And we condemn these perpetrators. The Central Equatorial State has went on and looking into the issues that are now become a problem to our young generation. Our young generation underage, involvement in illicit substance, drugs, drinks. Let's advise and let's look to our children as a responsible people, because
now reverting your attention to medical services in the country, more than 1,200 eye patients are expected to benefit from an eye surgery and treatment program launched by Malual Teaching Hospital by the national government with support from the Wow Catholic Diocese, respectively. Governor Daniel Sharif appreciates the German government for supporting the development of the state's medical sector. German ambassador to South Sudan, Gregory Belajan, reaffirms his government's continued commitment to supporting the country's peace towards improving key facilities in the country.
Your presence here today shown your full support and commitment toward people of South Sudan. Once again, I want to say we are thankful and registering our great appreciation to government and people of Federal Republic of Germany for unwavering support that you have been providing to people of South Sudan, even before our independence.
Germany will continue to stand with the people of South Sudan for peace, for health, and for a brighter future. Let's you thank her appreciation to the Bishop and the Catholic Diocese for her tireless work, to the dedicated doctors and nurses of WOW Teaching Hospital, and all the volunteers and partners who have made this campaign possible.
The Ministry of Health is committed to continue collaborations with all the stakeholders and appreciates of health strongly support such campaign to address the eye issues, particularly treatment of blindness due to cataract.
Baraka wa minamalia walhamdulillah na shaifu kwez uyuni kwez mafi haja ana bashkuru akuma bitawila bashkuru rabbana wa bashkuru
kana nedu mu yonde jadid min alpen of Niger rabbuna jadid jakarta ko mudarula jadid MK ta'amul ma shirkat min barra ajan.
And three-day gender forum aimed at promoting women's rights and empowerment is drawing women from numerous institutions of the country to advancing programs under the Women in the Horn of Africa network, focusing on building the capacity of the South Sudanese women in both rural and urban settings. The country coordinator for the initiative network, Jacqueline John, commended the role being played by women coalitions in promoting women's rights and ensuring their participation in decision-making processes in the country.
This country, for our women and girls, we cannot wait to see that our women are also part and parcel of the leadership and political process in this country, and we cannot wait to achieve peace. That's basically the overall, idea behind We Cannot Wait project. So today we have gathered here and we have invited about 80 different participants, and we have participants that has come from Western Bahar Ghazal. We have the government officials, the state member of parliament, the director generals, and we have the civil society women rights activists, we have the youth, and we have the community leaders, and we also have.
That's it from me and the team. I am Mathiang Joseph, and thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more programs coming up.